That was a message from my number one supporter in the KGD landscaping team. They are the sponsor of the Jess Address, and I really do appreciate your support. But we are supported by someone else that's coming just into the studio now, Peter Hudson. Thank you so much for supporting our quiz night.
Absolutely, Jess. Thank you so much for having me back on the show. I know it's been a little while since
we
came on last time.
I think over a year.
Well, I've met Peter before, so it must have been a while.
So Peter came in. He was running for the election. And he definitely provided me with a lot of more information and armed me about how to better vote. So I appreciated that, and we actually did get a lot of traction in his interview as well, which I really enjoyed, because it's nice to have lots of opinions about Rockingham and our community and how we can grow it better. And I think that you're definitely in for that, aren't you?
Absolutely, yeah, in it for the long haul. This is, as we mentioned last year, this is where I was born and live actively and work and love to be. So it's somewhere I'm very passionate about. So any way that we can get more exposure to our city and to our area is something that's really high up on my priority list.
And given the fact that you're so young, you obviously got quite a little bit of stick in regards to that, the fact that you are so young, but I actually see it as a benefit because you've got the energy and the passion to be able to bring to a role like that.
Absolutely. Well, everyone always says we need more young people in politics, don't we? So when you're presented with an option, and yes, I am quite a young guy, willing to put my hand up and really fight for what I believe in, I think that's more of a benefit than a drawback in terms of experience. You really get that on the job doing a role like that. So being involved in that and for quite a while as well, that continuous exposure, I felt like I was equipped with a lot of skills and a lot of advantages and benefits through my youth that I was able to contribute.
And you had other people that you obviously looked up to in politics as well supporting you?
Definitely. I was really well supported by, of course, my party and all of the senators that sort of look after my area, but also the local sort of area, whether that be the Mayor, Deb Hamlin, and the rest of the Rockingham Council, the Kwinana Mayor and the councillors over there as well, but even your community organisations that I'm involved with, whether that be your RSLs or Mangles Bay or the sort of communities that I volunteer for, they're all big role models for me.
Mangles Bay fishing community.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I'm on the governance and finance subcommittee for that team. So yeah, really great bunch of guys and girls over there. We're looking at master plans and strategic development plans, and that's somewhere I've been involved in for over 20 years. So it's definitely a place that I'm very passionate about, and really, really glad to see that we've secured a 20-year lease for the actual land there. So now we've got the certainty that we're going to be there for a very long time. And we're going to be able to develop the club in a way that sort of matches that outlook and that strategy.
Are you looking at programs for youth when you talk about Mangles Bay and fishing and things like that?
Yeah, really good point. So we do look at some youth things. They're generally about teaching boating and fishing skills to younger people. Some of that is also involved in getting the recreational skippers tickets for young people, but also an interesting point on that is for the women. So the old stereotype of most of the blokes, fisherman and all that. Not the case anymore. So Mangles actually invests in getting the women or the wives of the men or just anyone who's interested in the community in the boating and fishing, sponsoring them to take their RSL, their skipper's ticket course.
That's awesome.
And actually getting them involved in the club, and that encourages people to, they're either involved in the club as a community or as someone who's active out on the boat or whatever it may be. Lots of engagement outside of just the usual, you show up and launch your boat. So it's really, really, really great to see that, community flourishing.
Yeah, because IPL, we are talking about mental health, and when you think about fishing, it can be quite therapeutic, being out on the water, the stillness, catching the fish. It can be very good for the mind, can't it?
Absolutely.
And I think also it doesn't have to be something that's done in solitude. I've been watching Superman, so Fortress of Solitude just came into my brain. But it doesn't have to be something that is done alone. So I love that there's that opportunity for community to be created.
Yeah, well, I've been fishing out of Mangles Bay for over 20 years. So my grandfather used to write the fishing section for the West Australian. And so that's how we grew up together. As even me as like a little baby would go out of Mangles Bay and fish out of there. So that's a big
strong
family
core memory.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's something that really sticks with me, and being able to contribute back to the community and the club that's given both of us so much. That's a really fulfilling feeling for me.
And it is a draw card to Rockingham. We are surrounded by water here. It's something that we try and protect.
Yep.
And we are looking at water quality and all those types of things. And not only that, we do have areas where you can't actually fish that we want to try and preserve, Point Perrin and places like that, great walks around Point Perrin and things
right.
like that. So we are very lucky that we do have that attraction to Rockingham, and it's something that obviously you guys are trying to preserve as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The preservation of both the fishing population, but also the land around it and the ecosystem that we live in. It's a balancing act, isn't it? Between we love to go fishing, and we love the industries that surround us. Be it Coburn Sound or wherever they may be. But yeah, we also have such a beautiful attraction in this place. It's possibly one of the most beautiful places on earth. It's I think the most beautiful place that I've been to is the city of Rockingham and the surrounding sort of waterways.
And we've got a special type of seagrass here, don't we?
I don't know. You're telling the story, Jess.
I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe that we do have a special type of seagrass that they actually spend a lot of time repopulating because we did do damage to it. So they did a repopulation of this seagrass, and we're actually going and replanting it. It was on the ABC. I watched it.
Was it delicious?
Yeah, I don't know whether you eat it.
Goes for your
but
sushi.
Yeah, no. Well, anyway, that's one of the reasons why Rockingham is so special. We are here to talk about the quiz night and how you are going to be MC. Is there going to be some tricky questions?
Yes, absolutely. There's going to be some tricky questions. It would be boring if they were all easy, weren't they? No, everyone better come with their best trivia caps on because we're going to go hard for this one. It's a great event that we're putting together. It's shaping up to be a big one. Going to be lots of people involved from both the Inspiring Passionate Lives and outside of the organisation. I'm working really hard to get people around the city of Rockingham and also my connections within my party and my workplace and all the rest of that jazz to come along to the quiz night, contribute and really get involved. So with all those people there's going to be a few trivia masters, so we're going to have some hard questions.
Now, do you have an area that you excel in trivia?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Thank you.
I would like to say probably geography.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe a bit of history as well. It's got to be something a little bit obscure. I think a lot of
There's some tips, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, yeah, you know what's coming. Well, I think a lot of people, trivia, they would either think of sports, music, maybe something Hollywood related. I'm probably a little bit more old school than that.
Yeah.
I'll go to maybe the things that we learnt about in the textbooks when we were in year 10 and 11, and we'll try and draw them out.
Textbooks.
Yeah. And we'll try and draw out those core memories, if you like, or maybe the things that everyone just forgot. But either way, it's going to be really funny to watch.
Yeah. Can I ask, why did you want to throw your support behind this event?
Well, I'm really passionate about the work that IPL does, and it's an organisation that I've been involved with since the federal campaign. So it's something that I've followed for well over a year. I've been a big supporter of the work that IPL does, and coming from more of an extroverted background myself of enjoying being on radio and all the benefits that can have, mental health for both presenters and the
absolutely
and the people listening. It's just an organisation that I'm really, really passionate about. So when I saw the event come up and was sort of being put together, it did, without skipping a beat, I reached out to see if there was anything that I may be able to volunteer in terms of my capabilities, my services, my time, whatever I can sort of do to get involved. One way that I thought that I could do that is being an MC for the event. Look, I think that I'm someone who can talk, and it's something that I enjoy. I was immediately just thought I'd reach out. Is there anything I can do to volunteer my time and my effort to make sure it's a success?
Do you see there's a direct benefit between you having connection to community through somewhere like this? Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I do think so, because I'm involved in several organisations across the city. The RSLs in Mangles Bay, as we were speaking about earlier, work quite closely with the council on a number of community-based projects, as well as organisations like IPL. So between all of those sort of areas, I do feel I've got a few people that I can ring along to come along. You owe me a favour. You're coming along to the quiz night, and put your money on the table, sort of thing. And also within the party as well, I've made all the formal invites to all the senators and all of their staff and officers and teams. So could potentially, hopefully get a fair few people along.
And that is such a direct benefit to us, because we are trying to get our name out there. We are trying to let everybody know what we're all about, and having someone like you on our team just gives us a louder voice. So we really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about when is this quiz night happening?
Well, we're looking at Saturday, June the 17th. It's going to kick off at 7:30, although doors open at 7. Tickets are on sale now. There's a Facebook event. If you're not in that, reach out to Jess or any of the team here at IPL. Yep. We'll hook you up with some tickets there. Tables of 10. It's going to be $25 entry, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you're right.
It's going to be a great night of trivia. There's going to be some intermissions in between. I'm sure there'll be all of the high flyers will be saying a few words in support of IPL and all the work it does. But maybe you've got got some more details that you could share. Anything on the inside that we don't know?
It'll be very entertaining.
I'm going to say Jess is going to sing.
Ooh.
Why would you do that to
You're locked
people?
in now,
We
you
want
said it
people
on
to
air.
buy tickets. We want people to buy tickets.
Look, I'm all for announcing things this morning that just aren't going to happen. I've had lots of fun.
Look, I will say, if you are just coming on your own, buy a ticket. You're going to find a great group of people, and that's, I think, the best thing about IPL is that we are a community that supports one another. So you're not ever, even if you're buying one ticket on your own, so you can definitely join a table. Yeah, definitely reach out to us on Facebook. There, you can go to our website and buy tickets on the website as well. But there'll be heaps of prizes involved. It'll be full of belly laughs, which that's what we're all about.
Absolutely.
Laughter therapy.
Yeah. Do you know what? I once did a workshop with someone and it was all about laughter therapy, and you had to face off with somebody, and they made us do, it was called the ha-haka. Okay, so you did a version of the haka. Is that how you pronounce it? When you're laughing in someone's face. And this was like a professional development in my workplace. It was really good fun.
Yeah. Well, we might have to share with
ha-haka
it.
later.
Yeah, later. Ha later.
I'm adding it to the run sheet. We're
Yeah,
doing it.
definitely. Tell us a little bit more about what you're doing in the community at the moment.
Yeah, so actually looking at a council run in October. So for those who maybe aren't aware, the local council elections are up in October of this year. So that leaves us we're less than 5 months out now. So working with the Mayor Deb Hamblin and all of the councillors in the Safety Bay Rockingham ward, which is where I am, I live and am located. So looking at a potential run in October to get onto council, and it's not really coming from a place of I think the council's doing a terrible job at any one thing. It's more so about what sort of value can I add to the community. Coming from a place where I do volunteer a lot of my time around the community, I do see those sort of areas where I can get even more involved and can have maybe even a greater impact to those organisations and to the general sort of public in our area. Looking at the council run in October, there's nothing official about it yet, but I'm heavily
It sounds official.
That's only because of the way I speak, isn't it? No, but leaning towards it and being involved in the council would be something that I think would be of benefit to myself, but more importantly, the people that I represent. So, speaking to a lot of people at the moment, getting their take on what the council could do better, what they've done well so far.
Yep.
The whole master plan, I'm very well across that from my time in politics. I'm feeling like I've got some value to add in that. So, looking at that for October.
We were only talking about something the council has done well, and it's put in accessibility along the Rockingham foreshore.
Too right.
I helped run the Twilight Markets down there, and it was one of the feedback we got from people in wheelchairs was they weren't able to access those businesses because they were going across grass, and unless they had someone push them, and we know sometimes with wheelchair etiquette, that's not something that they want to do. They want to be able to mobilise themselves. By having that path in there, it actually gives them direct integration with all of those businesses, and they're able to access all of those things that we put on. So, I know that there has been a little bit of mixed review in regards to that, putting concrete over grass, that kind of stuff, but from my perspective, I'm really looking forward to this season of the Twilight Markets and being able to advertise that it will be accessible for everyone.
No, that's great. And I get along to the Twilight Markets at the foreshore, Baldivis, all sort of around. They're great little, community events. So you can really feel the atmosphere and the love of the community from everyone there, and the businesses there. It's great for them to get that sort of exposure. So, no, that's really good to hear that the council's done that and made it accessible for more people, because we want to share the love with as many people as we can.
And the Rockingham foreshore is such a beautiful place to be. And when you put on an event like that, you encourage families to be down there and be a part of the community. And that's what we really want. Yeah. So looking forward to this season. It kicks off in September. I believe September is already booked out for businesses, but look at those other events. I think it's both November and December, so get onto it. And the Rockingham Lions Community Fair, that's coming up soon in October. That's a big one. And I'm pretty sure, I'm looking at Trish right now, we're going to be a part of that again. And we might be doing an OB down there this year. So, yes, we'll be down there with the microphones. They do have a really strong mental health focus with the Rockingham Lions Community Fair. So, we're looking forward to being a part of that. And I'm winking at Trish. Yeah, we're definitely a part of that this year.
Great.
But thank you so much for coming in and volunteering your time and making this event. It's going to be fun. It's going to be...
Jess is going to sing.
No. That's definitely not happening. But I will be there with bells on. I'm not sure how many questions I'll be able to answer. But, sure. If it's anything to do with...
What's your area?
of expertise.
Yeah.
Parenting.
Parenting?
No.
Okay. No. I don't know that I actually have an area of expertise. I know that my husband could answer any music question.
Okay.
But no. I go for the cheese platter and the wine. That's my expertise.
But look, there's door prizes, spot prices. There'll be a licensed bar. There'll be lots of games, heaps of fun. Definitely come down there. Get onto the website. Book your tickets before it books out, because it will.
It will book out.
It will book out. I'm not sure how many tickets we've got left. Not many. So you
jump on them quickly.
Yeah, we got to get on there
Jump
quickly.
on Facebook right away.
How do you get them?
You go onto the website,
Yeah.
and it has a little place for there where you go
Says
the
book
quiz
now?
night,
Beautiful.
and then you book your tickets.
Winning the dream.
So simple, so easy to do these days.
Even I could do it?
Even you can do it. Everything is online. Look, it is 3 minutes to 12, which means we're going to have to
Survive.
We've survived.
We've done
this
so well.
radio show, and thank you so much. We look forward to speaking to you more, and the success of this. You can come in and let us know how we went.
Yeah,
who
thanks
the
very
winning
much.
table is.
Yeah, that's right.
The
Yeah,
bragging
a
rights.
full results card. No, I really appreciate it, Jess and Emma. Thank you very much for having me on. I look forward to coming back in the future.
Anytime. Thanks so much for listening to the Jess Address. You will see us next Thursday. As I said, we do have some school groups coming in shortly,
Oh,
so
that's exciting.
we're really looking forward to having Star of the Sea come in and talk about their community and what they're doing there. So stay tuned. I think that's entertainment is on. But we've got a little bit of Our House This Madness next.